I am not claiming that I am the leader of Sufi people. I am only a simple servant for Sufi order.
How long have other people recognized you as the leader, as their leader?
Yes. From the spiritual world.
I'm sorry.
From the spiritual world, their souls recognizing my soul.
Now, am I correct that there is more than one branch of the Sufi movement?
Naqshbandi.
Your branch is not
Naqshbandi.
How do you spell that?
N-A-Q-S-H.
I'm sorry.
N-A-Q-S-H. B-A-N-D-I.
And are you the main branch of the Sufi movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Salim sir.
Are there aspects of the Sufi movement that are there other Sufi movements that are run alongside of yours, run parallel to yours?
Parallel.
I'm not expressing it clearly.
I understand.
Yani Nakşibendi'nin paralelinde onun grubuna giren daha başka hareketler var mı? Ona benziyor.
There
Nakşibendi.
is 41 Sufi orders.
Okay.
But Naqshbandi order, it is a special way overall.
How does well, first of all, how many followers? I understand you have followers from every continent in the world. Is that correct? All seven. There are people all over from every country and every continent who follow your teachings.
I am follower, and I am following those people.
About how many people do you follow? How many followers do you think
How many followers for me?
Yes.
I'm never keeping a machine calculation.
How does the branch of Sufism, am I saying that correctly? Sufism, thank you. How does the branch of Sufism you represent differ from the other 40 branches, or 41 branches of Sufism? What is unique about what people here believe?
We are making all tariqats, all Sufi orders, they are making a remind for Allah. Zikr, we are saying zikr, reminding the holy name and repeating it.
Zikr, is it?
Zikr.
D-H-I-K-R.
D-H-I-K-R. And what does that word represent to you?
We are saying, all tariqat saying La ilaha illallah. La ilaha,
Which means?
La ilaha,
He wants you to repeat.
La ilaha,
Na ilaha,
La ilaha
na ilaha,
illallah.
illallah.
This is for whole Sufi orders. They are repeating this. That means there is no God but Allah. This repeating through always.
But don't the others,
But Naqshbandi, they are saying Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah through their hearts. Whole 40 tariqats, 40 Sufi orders, they're saying it with their tongues with high sound.
Loud pronunciation.
Loud.
Aloud. The other 40 are saying it aloud, and you're saying it with your hearts.
In your heart.
Now we are using silence.
Say silently in your heart.
Okay. The word Allah shows through without being spoken. Is that what?
Without speaking, your heart may
Is that
say.
accurate? Is that?
That's right, okay.
So to put it in the way that in my perspective, what you're saying is that you try to live Allah rather than just give lip service to it without really.
We may use lip service also.
Sir, can you open the front door?
The other 40 branches, do they generally cooperate with one another, or are they at odds with one another?
Some of them cooperating, some of them independent. They are using their ways. How did you personally first become part of Sufism? Were your parents Sufis, for example? Or? My grandfather, one grandfather was Qadiri order.
Is that an order of the Sufis?
Order.
Part of it, okay.
Qadiri order.
Q-A-D-I-R-I. Thank you.
Mother side grandfather, Mawlana. Really, dervish.
And how do you spell that word? M-A-D-L-E-D-I. So they were both part of it.
They belongs, both of them, Sufi orders.
Right, I understand.
Yes.
Well, didn't that cause a little discord in the household since they were different orders? Or?
Different orders also. From beginning up today, we are using also other orders.
What is your order called?
Naqshbandi.
Oh, Naqshbandi, that's right. Thank you. Does your organization at this time have any future goals? I mean, do you have, for example, something in mind that you want to accomplish in the next 5, 10, 15 years?
We haven't an organization. We are not using such a method to organize something. It is organized by Allah Almighty, by Lord. Anyone free to accept it or not.
Do you feel that men can know the truth and lead good lives outside of Sufism, or do you feel that can only be accomplished through Sufism?
Everyone according to their consciousness. Consciousness?
Consciousness.
Consciousness.
Conscience.
Just conscience.
conscience. If anyone using his conscience, they find the way that it is good for him.
I noticed when we all sat together downstairs that all the men sat together and the women were in another part of the house. I wonder if you could comment on the status of men and women in Sufism. Are they equal, or
I think you are unhappy.
Pardon me?
I think you are unhappy from this situation.
Not necessarily. No, I'm just kidding.
I shall bring one lady to sit here. Zero.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, I on a serious vein. Do you see men and women as having different roles in these Sufi societies?
If we are following Old Testament or New Testament or Psalms or Holy Quran, we must keep women aside and men aside. If we are using our selfish desires, it is better for man to be altogether with women, as in discotheque. This is a spiritual meeting, therefore we must keep a discipline for men and women.
Would it be possible in the Sufi movement for a woman eventually to rise to the position that you have today, or would that not be possible?
Everyone, man or women, they are equal in divine presence.
So the answer is yes. The answer is yes, a woman possibly could rise to the position that you have.
Every woman also may reach the position of sainthood. Say by your language what we are saying, muhakkak. Say definitely.
Definitely.
That he should understand what is muhakkak.
What is the word?
That's the confirmation from the woman's side, what you said. They said that definitely. Why not?
Yeah.
No, we can't.
The word was muhakkak.
Right, no, I understand.
Yeah. They said it in Turkish, but he insisted, don't say it in Turkish. We encourage them, say it in English. And he,
Yes, I am saying.
It's my understanding that that Islam views Muhammad not as divine, but as a prophet. If I'm correct in that, what is your view of Christ? What was
It's not clear.
Man Isa alayhi salam. Man Isa.
Man?
الإسلام يعتبر سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم كرسول. إيش اعتباركم لسيدنا عيسى للمسيح؟ إيش اعتباركم للمسيح؟ كيف تعتبرون؟
It is well known. Dr. Nazar.
Opinion.
point of view?
point of view.
According to view of Islam, Jesus Christ is prophet. Was prophet.
Would he have been on the same level as Muhammad in terms of inspiration from Allah?
Jesus Christ, he was prophet for the children of Israel. Muhammad, peace be upon him, upon Islam, he was for whole nations.
It's my understanding that you believe that all religions worship the same God.
Yeah.
There's not different gods. There's
I
one
don't
God.
think that Abraham's God, or Moses' God, or Jesus' God, or Muhammad's God different. That is only one.
Are there prophets on the earth today? Are you a prophet?
هل هناك أنبياء على الأرض الآن؟
No. The seed of prophets finished.
There are no more prophets?
No more prophet.
Huh?
We are not believing in another prophet now.
He is asking, هل أنت رسول؟
Huh?
هل أنت رسول؟
I'm sorry.
That's out of question. What you asked is out of question.
That's not
There is no such a thing. I am not.
He will never claim to be a prophet.
Okay.
No, only
Somebody had told me that he was.
No.
Last prophet was Muhammad. I see.
If he should be a prophet, I shouldn't be here.
None of us. If he claims to be a prophet,
None
of us should be here.
Yeah.
but I am servant.
تكبير! تكبير! تكبير!
ولله الحمد.
Yes.
May I ask what was just said?
God is the greatest.
Meaning, we have to clarify this point. Meaning that he said, there is no such a thing. Prophet is came, it's last prophet. I am not the prophet, and all the brothers approved it, that one. They said, Allahu Akbar, God great, Allah is the great. That's it.
I understand. Let me ask this if I may. You're a man, your mother country is Turkey, is that correct? Cyprus. Do you have any views on how the East and the West politically can get closer together and coexist better than they seem to have in the last 15 or 20 years, or is that an area you don't become involved in?
Even I am not a political person. I am only a religious person, spiritual person. But I am praying that all mankind may be all together and fighting to Satan.
This is your first trip to the United States, I understand.
Since 70 years I am looking to come to United States, but this year I am here. 70 years I am looking to come.
What are your impressions of this country? Was it pretty much what you expected, or have you seen?
I am, from beginning, I am respecting this country. Because he is trying to bring justice to people, to deal people and nations to each other. Justly.
Yeah.
Justly. And my inspirations were good when I was not coming to the United States, and now I am also happy with this country. Good trip. I am happy with Americans. Coming to me.
I think they are.
Yes. And Your Excellency also coming, visiting, and I am nothing. I am a very simple person, and how coming and visiting me, I am surprised.
Well, you're better known than you may realize. We in the West have, and particularly someone like me who was brought up in another religion, have heard the term Armageddon, the coming to the end of the world that seems to me that it's part of the Muslim belief system, the Islam belief system. Could you comment on that, or what your feeling is about that?
Kıyametin geleceğine inanıyor mu? Müslümanlar da Hristiyanların inandığı gibi.
The last day must come. The last day must come. The day of judgment, judgment day, must come. We are believing, as Christians believing also, Jewish believing, all heavenly religions, they are believing in judgment day, in heavens, in paradise, in hells.
And as Christians believe, Jesus will be the Messiah for Muslims to the world.
And Islam believes that Muhammad,
Jesus.
Oh, Islam believes that Jesus will be the Messiah. Huh, I didn't know that.
Jesus will return.
Roman Catholicism kind of keeps you in the dark about whether it will be. They're great Christians.
I think we want to make sure that, as we understand, Jesus is going to return.
Jesus is going to return.
But he is not called the Messiah.
Not as the Messiah.
Yes. I just want to...
Let the Sheikh answer.
That's the Sheikh answer.
Well, the Sheikh can explain.
Exactly.
There is a difference between Messiah.
Şimdi Şeyh'in bir dakika müsaadenizle oradan Mesaya'nın tarifini bir defa iyi yapılması lazım Şeyh'e. Mesaya'dan ne
Şimdi
kastediyor?
onlar bize ne sorduğuna
Yani Mesaya olarak kabul ediyor mu İslam? Hazreti İsa'yı.
İsa Mesih tabii Mesaya değil, İsa Mesih. Mesih. Mesih Hazreti Meryem.
Mesih'i peygamber manasında kullanıyor.
Mesih'e der onlar kendi lügatlarında. Yes.
Your trip here to the United States, is this trip mainly focused on meeting with your many disciples, or is it more in the sense of trying to convert other people to your way of belief, or is it a combination of both of those things?
First, I am coming because my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandsons living here, and Also, our followers from Naqshbandi order, they were inviting me so many years, and it is the will of the Lord of Heavens. I wasn't asking to come here because I am in an old age, but they are sending free ticket. I can't be able to refuse it, and I have to.
Thank you.
How many, I know that in talking to a gentleman in Palo Alto, that you've been out to Palo Alto and you've been to New Mexico and you're going to Los Angeles. Are there other areas of the country that you plan to visit as well?
No, now I am leaving, inshallah, next week.
I'm sorry.
I'm intending to leave America on 17th September. Inshallah.
And will you return to Cyprus when you leave?
I am going to Malaysia.
It sounds like you have a schedule that would probably undo a much younger man. How are you able to go at such a prolific rate and not seem to be affected by it too much?
Since 50 years I am traveling.
50 years what?
Traveling. Much more your age. You are like I wasn't expecting to come to America. Even I am not dreaming to come, but now it is a reality that I am here.
Can you give me just 1 second? It's very obvious to me that the many people who are gathered here tonight all have a deep love for you in their hearts. When you were a younger man, was there some particular person who you looked up to in the same way that these people look up to you? Was there?
I was sometimes. Once upon a time I was. But my master just passed away.
I see. And can you talk about him a little? Or?
He was Sheikh Abdullah Dawistani.
Abdu.
A-B-D-U-L-L-A-H. Okay, Dagestani is A-D hyphen D-A-G-H-I-S-T-A-N Dagestani.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Dawistani, I gave my full respect to him as my master, my teacher. And as I gave, they are giving to me also, these people. And I'm meeting with them first, once, not before mostly people. I'm here I am recognizing mostly people. But what I gave to my master, my students, my followers must give as I gave to my master. They must give me that respect and love.
In the Roman Catholic religion that I was raised in, we have a concept called ex cathedra, in which when the Pope speaks in what is called ex cathedra, that is in matters of faith and morals, that he is infallible in what he says. Is there a similar state that you as a religious leader has? Is there, or is, when you speak, when you make a proclamation to your people, are you infallible in that? Can you be wrong, or is that something that's divinely inspired and therefore you won't be wrong? Is my question clear?
هل مواقفكم معصومة؟ يقول عندنا البابا لما يتكلم بخطب المسيحيين كلامه معصوم، يعتبر معصوم. هل أنتم معصومين كذلك؟
We are not claiming that.
Would there be a time, I don't mean within the next 6 months, but could you see a time in the future when all the leaders of the religious world, people like yourself and the Pope and other people, would come together in a conference and perhaps end differences and recognize the validity that each religion has?
Through increasing evil on earth, through increasing of evil. We must be all together to face evil and to defeat devils.
You have stated that in your view that all religions really recognize and love the same God. Is the same true with Satan? Do all religions in your mind abhor or dislike the same Satan, or are there different forces of evil other than Satan?
All religions guiding people to truth, to love, to respect, to mercy, and to justice. Anyone leaving one of these going to wrong way.
And there's just one evil force bringing that way, the same Satan.
Every religion must speak on truth, must call people to be respectful and lawful and just and true. I don't think that any religion agree to be on earth the kingdom of devils.
I am going to have to leave for two reasons. Number one, I know there's a lot of other people here that want to share your time. And number two, I have a daughter I need to pick up and give a ride home to. But I want to say to you that
But for my people, you must not be worried. But if you are worrying for your daughter, that is another.
See, I have a wife I have to go back to and explain why you pick up my daughter. And I'm like, pick up I don't know if you have that same problem.
Well, actually, he is giving you permission for your daughter, but not for the Jamaat here, for the congregation. Means you can stay here, but if you don't want to live for your daughter's reason, you're okay. That's what he said. Yeah.
I really do have to leave for her, but I want to thank you. Is there anything that you'd like to add to the questions that I've asked you?
I am very happy here. It must be mentioned that His Excellency President Mr. George Bush, he is a believer and keeping his servanthood towards his Lord, every Sunday going to cathedral and bowing for his Lord. That makes me happy. And I am saying, who controlling whole world, #1 person on earth, going and bowing his head for his Lord. What about others? If whole presidents and whole kings going to be in such a way that we are president, His Excellency Mr. Bush, George Bush, doing that, then those can't be able to live on earth. Their kingdom should be destroyed. I am happy with that way. And through my authority, spiritual authority, I am supporting him. And my support, even I am one person, as he is #1 on earth through governments. I am #1 in spiritual world. My support is more than support all people in America for him.
I understand. I again want to thank you very much, and all of you for your patience and letting me come here, and I hope I'll see you all again sometime.
Okay, thank you for your presence here too.
Thank you very much.
Pick your daughter up and bring her here. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
And your wife.
And your wife.
Yeah.
Allah.